Moment of truth, I'm praying. 3, 2, 1. Right, so I wanted to challenge myself. And it got me thinking, what's probably the hardest thing possible as a producer? Then it hit me. Sound is everything in music, right? So what about if I make a beat with absolutely no sound? No headphones, no speakers, nothing. Just trusting the process and hoping it comes out decent. Not gonna lie, I'm super nervous on the outcome. Fingers crossed it comes out very good. Let's get into it. I just want to prove to you this before we start. I'm going to turn the main source off, bring the volume down, the headphones down, and my headphones are going to be here. And I promise you guys, I am not going to cheat. So let's get straight into it. Right, let's change the BPM to 170 because I've been really enjoying that BPM recently. And I'm going to have to open up a piano because I don't really know where else to go. So open up Omnisphere and let's go to Keyscape and get a piano. I'm going to open up the soft piano just because I trust it. And let's find some chords. So let's start with C sharp minor. Just going to think of chords that I know that work well together. Let's go B minor and then A minor. What I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this over. However, this chord I'm going to change to E minor. And what I'm going to do is bring the middle notes up because I know it just adds some sort of emotion, and I'm going to bring the bass notes down for some depth. Let's just randomize the velocity. Let's try not to make it sound more realistic, and let's hear what it sounds like. I say hear it like I'm going to hear it. So yeah, okay, cool. I'm just going to add a little bit of a mix to it. So I'm going to send it to the mixer. Let's go to number 1. Let's add a slight bit of reverb. And I'm going to add an EQ. Actually, that's a good idea. Let's just quickly add some EQ. Take out the lows a little bit. Leave space for the bass and take out the highs. I'm going to add an EQ to the master as well as a soft clipper so I can see what frequencies I'm reaching. That isn't cheating, is it? So I can see that there's not much high, obviously, because this is just the first sound. So I feel like what I've been really liking recently is actually adding like violins as a texture. So I'm going to open up SRX Orchestra, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy down the chords we've got. And do you know what? I'm going to bring the high ones down an octave, get rid of the low ones, and actually put these low ones up an octave. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of this A because it'll add tension. Just because, like, if there's 3 notes, it would probably sound more of a chord. Getting rid of the A gives it a little bit more of tension. So I don't even know what type of vibe I'm going for with this. So let me show you what it sounds like. Okay, so let's add some effects to that. Let's add vintage verb, add some space. And do you know what I'm going to add? Is I'm going to add kickstart. I'm going to give it some sort of rhythm. Just going to bring it to about 60%. I'm going to lower that in the mix, bring that down. Actually separate it, make it more wide. Bring it down in the mix. Okay, so let's have a look at the master. Yeah, we're filling a nice bit at the high end. Enough space for the hi-hat now when we add it. I've just realised I'm not going to be able to hear the metronome to add a top line. Actually, what I've been doing today is working on my new kit, Instrument Essentials. And in it, it's got its own section for phrases, piano phrases. So we could just drag in a piano phrase and we'll have a top line. I'm just going to drag in this one, hoping it sounds all right. I know that they are set to 130. I haven't time stretched them yet. So let's just bring it to 130, go back to 170. And they're in the key of C minor, and we're in C sharp minor. So let's bring it up a cent. I'm going to send it to the same mix. So let's hear what it sounds like. I'm just praying it sounds half decent. Let's have a quick look with the EQ on the master. Okay, so we need to add some low ends. So in fact, whilst we're using this kit, let's add a one shot. Let's just add this one. Actually, before that, just to save you guys screaming at the screen, I'm just going to bring this up. Send it to mix 2, and I'm just going to make it follow the bass notes. Bring the velocity up. Right, let's hear that. Okay, it's looking good to me. Okay. So what we could add is like a vocal, but I'm just going to trust my Blueprint multi-kit. Let's see what vocals I've got in there. Vocal phrases. Let's use this one. So we're there in A sharp. 1, 2, 3, up 3. I copy that to the start, and let's just add this one in here. Bring that up 3, and I'm going to send them to the same mixer. And mix-wise, I don't really know what to add on this because I don't even know what the vocals like. Let me show you what it sounds like right now. I'm hoping it's sounding good. Okay, I can see that there's no reverb on it, so I'm going to add Valhalla, and I'm going to change the color to 1. Let's go to now, in fact, and let's just bring these up a little bit. And I'm going to add maybe a quicker kickstart to the violin. I'm going to open up an EQ whilst we're here. Let's bring out the highs. Hopefully this is sounding good. In fact, I'm going to open up a delay. Okay, I'm going to lower this in the mix just a bit. Spread that too. I'm just praying this is sounding half decent, to be honest. I just realised I'm talking over when I'm playing the loops. You probably don't even... I'm going to pray that that's enough. So I'm going to open up a new pattern. And let's start adding some drums, hey. So I'm going to open... Whilst we're here, we may as well use the Blueprint multi-kit too, actually. Let's get a clap. Let's get the crisp clap. And we're just going to use the normal clap pattern. Let's see when a clap's coming in. Right, let's bring our open hat in. Let's go to the go-to hat. And let's just do two-step because... In fact, I'm going to challenge myself. Let's add some rolls. Should we see what like a third step's going to sound like? Might sound good. Right, in the last clip you probably saw me bop my head, but I promise you I did not hear any of this beat until the end. I feel like it's a standard thing as a producer now. You're just kind of on autopilot, bopping your head. You're seeing the hi-hats, you're just bopping with what you're seeing. It's nuts. But yeah, I cannot stress enough that I only heard the beat at the end. Let's copy that over and let's make it just a little bit different. Let's get rid of the third step. Let's add like a roll here. Maybe that sounds good. I don't know. I'm going to add the 808 now, and I feel like this is going to be so difficult because I'm not going to hear how well it's mixed, nor if the bounce is good. If this beat comes out really good at the end, this is just insane. Right, let's get the Spins 808 in. We were starting on a C sharp note. Let's check there's a soft clipper on the master. There is. So... Oh, I need to cut myself because you're just probably going to be fucking screaming at the screen like, no! Copy that over, but remembering this has to go up to E. Okay, I'm hoping, I'm thinking it's sounding good. Let's get an open hat in. Let's have it at the start, like I know it's probably going to sound good there. Let's copy them over. I could add a kick actually to layer the 808. Let's do that. In fact, let me show you what we've got so far. I also want to prove to you, halfway in and it's still all at 0. Right, this is probably going to be the last sound I'm going to add. So let's copy the 808 down to the kick. Send the 808 and kick to the mixer to sidechain it. Sidechain the kick. Go to the 808 channel, bring a limiter. Let's go compress. Bring down the threshold, bring up the knee, bring down the release. Just going to turn them up and hope they sound well mixed. Right, I don't think I'm going to add anything else. In fact, let me add a snare. I'm just seeing the snare in the snare folder. I don't know if it needs it. Right, I think that's going to be the beat done. So let's turn up the volume and let's reveal it. Let's see what it sounds like. Moment of truth, I'm praying. 3, 2, 1. Okay, right. I'm actually so amazed. I thought it was going to sound insanely bad. The vibe's there. The mix is horrendous. The instruments sound good. They're in key. The vocals sound insane. And that was just a wild guess, just by the waveform. I'm really, really surprised on how well this beat's come out. So, damn, that's nuts. Right, guys, thank you ever so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you want to see me do any more challenges, leave them in the comments. I'll see you in the next one.